and welcome back to Livingroom Shakespeare. Welcome back to Livingroom Shakespeare. After our hiatus, we are back with our production of Taming of the Shrew tonight. So we welcome you to pull up a chair and hang out with us for a little while we enjoy yet another full Shakespeare production. We will be, oh my goodness, it has been a while since I've done one of these introductions. Many of our actors consider the Center for Performing Arts in Rhinebeck to be our theatrical home. And so we encourage you, if you are able and interested, to consider donating to the center at the link attached to this post, which is, somewhere around me, or at their website. They are taking donations, and they are back on stage outside at the center. They are currently in production with a chorus line, but times continue to be difficult. Shows are happening, and it is fantastic, and everybody is enjoying them, and they are absolutely fabulous. I got to see a chorus line, and it was wonderful. But audiences are limited, and performances are complicated, and so we are continuing to hope and pray that all of this plays out well in the end, and take donations for them in the meantime. I believe that is the gist of that. So without further ado, let us begin our production tonight of Taming of the Shrew. If our actors are ready, let's begin with scene 1.
Oh, fees you in faith.
A pair of stocks, you rogue!
You're a baggage. The Sloys are now rogues. Look in the Chronicles. We came in with Richard the Conqueror.
You will not pay for the glasses you have burst?
No, not a denier. Go, by Geronimy. Go to thy cold bed and warm thee.
I know why, Remedy. I must go fetch the third borough.
Third, fourth, fifth borough. I'll answer him by law. I'll not budge an inch, boy. Let him come. And kindly.
Huntsman, I charge thee, tender well my hounds. Sayest thou not, boy, how Silver made it good at the corner hedge in the coldest fault? I would not lose the dog for 20 pound.
Why, Bellman is as good as he, my lord. He cried upon it at the merest loss, and twice today picked out the dullest scent. Trust me, I take him for the better dog.
Thou art a fool. If Echo were as fleet, I would esteem him worth a dozen such. But sup them well, and look unto them all. Tomorrow I intend to hunt again.
I will, my lord.
What's here? One dead or drunk? See, doth he breathe?
He breathes, my lord. Were he not warmed with ale, this were a bed but cold to sleep so soundly.
Oh, monstrous beast! How like a swine he lies! Grim death, how foul and loathsome is thine image! Sirs, I will practice on this drunken man. What think you if he were conveyed to bed, wrapped in sweet clothes, rings put upon his fingers, a most delicious banquet by his bed, and brave attendants near him when he wakes up? Would not the beggar then forget himself?
Believe me, lord, I think he cannot choose.
It would seem strange unto him when he waked.
Even as a flattering dream or worthless fancy. Then take him up and manage well the jest. Carry him gently to my fairest chamber and hang it round with all my wanton pictures. Balm his foul head in warm distilled waters and burn sweet wood to make the lodging sweet. Procure me music ready when he wakes, to make a dulcet and a heavenly sound. And if he chance to speak, be ready straight. And with a low, submissive reverence, say, "What is it your honor will command?" Another, tell him of his hounds and his horse, and that his lady mourns at his disease. Persuade him that he hath been a lunatic. And when he says he is, say that he dreams, for he is nothing but a mighty lord. This do, and do it kindly, gentle sirs. It will be pastime passing excellent, if it be husbanded with modesty.
My lord, I warrant you we will play our part, as he shall think by our true diligence he is no less than what we say he is.
Take him up gently, and to bed with him, and to each one his office when he wakes. Sirrah, go see what that trumpet that sounds. Be like some noble gentleman, that means, traveling some journey to repose him here. How now, who is it?
Ain't please your honor players, they offer service to your lordship.
Bid them come near. Now, fellows, you are welcome.
We thank your honor.
Do you intend to stay with me tonight?
So please your lordship to accept our duty.
With all my heart. This fellow I remember, since once he played a farmer's eldest son. 'Twas where you wooed the woman so well. I have forgot your name, but sure, that part was aptly fitted and naturally performed.
I think 'twas Soto that your honor means.
'Tis very true. Thou didst it excellent. Well, you are come to me in a happy time. The rather, for I have some sport in hand, wherein your cunning can assist me much. There is a lord will hear you play tonight. Go, sirrah, take them to the buttery and give them friendly welcome, every one. Let them want nothing that my house affords. Sirrah, go you to Bartholomew my page, and see him dressed in all suits like a lady. That done, conduct him to the drunkard's chamber, and call him madam, do him obeisance. Tell him from me, as he will win my love. He bear himself with honorable action, such as hath observed in noble ladies unto their lords, by them accomplished. Such duty to the drunkard let him do, with soft, low tongue and lowly courtesy, and say, "What is it your honor will command? Wherein your lady wife and your humble wife may show her duty and make known her love." And then with kind embracements and tempting kisses, and with declining head into his bosom, bid him shed tears as being overjoyed to see her noble lord restored to health, who for this 7 years hath esteemed him no better than a poor and loathsome beggar. See this dispatched with all the haste thou canst. Anon, I'll give thee more instructions. I know the boy will well usurp the grace, voice, gait, and action of a gentlewoman. I long to hear him call the drunkard husband, and how my men will stay themselves from laughter when they do homage to this simple peasant. I'll in to counsel them. Haply my presence may well abate the over-merry spleen which otherwise would grow into extremes.
Scene 2.
For God's sake, a pot of small ale.
Will it please your lordship drink a cup of sack?
Oh.
Wilt please your honor taste of these conserves?
What raiment will your honor wear today?
Oh, I'm Christopher O'Sly. I'm not honor nor lordship. I never drank sack in my life. If you give me any conserves, well, give me conserves of beef. You don't ask me what raiment I wear. Oh, I have no more doublets than backs, no more stockings than legs, no more shoes than feet. Nay, sometimes more feet than shoes. Well, such shoes as my toes look through the over leather.
Heaven, cease this idle humor in your honor. Oh, that a mighty man of such descent, of such possessions and so high esteem should be infused with so foul a spirit.
Well, would you make me mad? Am I not Christopher Sly? Old Sly, son of Burton Heath, by birth a peddler, by education a card maker, by transmutation a bear herd, and now by present profession a tinker.
Oh, this is that makes your lady mourn.
Oh, this is it that makes your servants droop.
Hence comes it that your kindred shuns your house, is beaten hence by your strange lunacy. Oh, noble lord, bethink thee of thy birth. Call home thy ancient thoughts from banishment, and banish hence these abject, lowly dreams. Look how thy servants do attend on thee, each in his office ready at thy beck.
Say thou wilt course, thy greyhounds are as swift as breathed stags, aye, fleeter than the roe.
Dost thou love pictures? We will fetch thee straight Adonis painted by a running brook, and Cytherea all in sedges hid, which seemed to move and wanton with her breath, even as the waving sedges play with wind.
We'll show thee low as she was a maid, and how she was beguiled in surprise, as lively painted as the deed was done.
Oh, Daphne roaming through a thorny wood, scratching her legs that one shall swear she bleeds, and at that sight shall sad Apollo weep, so workmanly the blood and tears are drawn.
Thou art a lord, and nothing but a lord. Thou hast a lady far more beautiful than any woman in this waning age.
And till the tears that she hath shed for thee, like envious floods, o'errun her lovely face, she was the fairest creature in the world, and yet she is inferior to none.
Am I a noble lord? And have I such a lady? What do I dream? What have I dreamed till now? I do not sleep. I see. I hear. I speak. I smell sweet savors. And I feel soft things. Upon my life. Oh, I'm a lord indeed. Not a tinker, nor Christopher O'Sly. Oh, well, bring old lady hither to our sight. And once again, a part of the smallest isle.
Will it please your mightiness to wash your hands? Oh, how we joy to see your wit restored. Oh, that once more you knew but what you are. Oh, these 15 years you have been in a dream, or when you waked, so waked as if you slept.
These 15 years? Why, my fine, a goodly nap. But did I never spake all that time?
Oh, yes, my lord, but very idle words. For though that you lay here in this goodly chamber, yet would you say you were beaten out a door, and rail upon the hostess of the house, and say you would present her at the leet, because she brought stone jugs and no sealed quarts. Sometimes you would call out for Cicely Hackett.
Aye, the woman's maid of the house.
Why, sir, you know no house, nor no such maid, nor no such men as you have reckoned up, which never were, nor no man ever saw.
Oh, now, Lord be thanked for my good amends.
Amen.
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 I thank thee, thou shalt not lose by it.
How fares my noble lord?
marry, I fare well, for air is cheer enough. Where is my wife?
Here, noble lord. What is thy will with her?
Are you my wife, and will not call me husband? My men should call me lord. I am your good man.
My husband and my lord and husband. My men should. I'm your wife in all obedience.
I know it well. What must I call her?
Madam,
Alice, madam, or Joan, madam?
madam, and nothing else. So lords call ladies.
Madam wife, they say that I have dreamed and slept some 15 years or more.
Aye, and the time seems 30 unto me, being all this time abandoned from your bed.
'Tis much. Servants, leave me and air alone. Madam, undress you and come to bed.
Thrice, noble lord, let me entreat of you to pardon me yet for a night or two, or if not so, until the sun be set. For your physicians have expressly charged in peril to incur your former malady, that I should yet be absent from your bed. I hope this reason stands for my excuse.
Why, it stands so that I may hardly tarry so long. But I would be loath to fall into my dreams again. I will therefore tarry in spite of the flesh and the blood.
Your honors, players, hearing your amendment, are come to play a pleasant comedy. For so your doctors hold it very meet, seeing too much sadness hath congealed your blood, and melancholy is the nurse of frenzy. Therefore they thought it good you hear a play, and frame your mind to mirth and merriment, which bars 1,000 harms and lengthens life.
Marry, I will. Let him play it. Is not a comedy a Christmas gambol or tumbling trick?
No, my good lord, it is a more pleasing stuff.
What, household stuff?
It is a kind of history.
Well, we'll see it. Come, madam wife, sit by my side and let the world slip. We shall ne'er be younger.
Act 1, Scene 1, in Padua, in a public place.
Tranio, since for the great desire I had to see fair Padua, nursery of arts, I am arrived for fruitful Lombardy, the pleasant garden of great Italy, and by my father's love and leave am armed with his goodwill and thy good company, my trusty servant, well approved in all. Here let us breathe and haply institute a course of learning and ingenious studies. Pisa, renowned for grave citizens, gave me my being, and my father first, a merchant of great traffic through the world. Vincentio, come of Bentivoli, Vincentio's son, brought up in Florence. It shall become to serve all hopes conceived, to deck his fortune with his virtuous deeds. And therefore, Tranio, for the time I study virtue and that part of philosophy will I apply that treats of happiness by virtue specially to be achieved. Tell me thy mind, for I have Pisa left and am to Padua come, as he that leaves a shallow plash to plunge him in the deep, and with satiety seeks to quench his thirst.
Mi perdonato, gentle master mine. I am in all affected as yourself, glad that you thus continue your resolve to suck the sweets of sweet philosophy. Only, good master, while we do admire this virtue and this moral discipline, let's be no stoics nor no stocks. I pray, bulk logic with acquaintance that you have, and practice rhetoric in your common talk, music and poesy used to quicken you. The mathematics and the metaphysics, fall to them as you find your stomach serves you. No profit grows, where is no pleasure ta'en. In brief, sir, study what you most affect.
Gramercy's, Tranio, well dost thou advise. If, Biodello, thou wert come ashore, we could at once put us in readiness, and take a lodging fit to entertain such friends as time in Padua shall beget. But stay a while, what company is this?
Master, some show to welcome us to town.
gentlemen, in port me no further. For how I firmly am resolved to know that is not to be elder. If either of you well, leave shall you.
To cart her rather, she's too rough for me. There, Hortensio, will you any wife?
I pray you, sir, is it your will to make a stale of me amongst these mates?
Mates made? How mean you that? No mates for you unless you are of gentler, milder mold.
In faith, sir, you shall never need to fear. It was not a halfway to her heart, but if it were, doubt not her care should be to comb your noddle with a three-legged stool and paint your face and use you like a fool.
From all such devils, good Lord deliver us.
And me too, good Lord.
Hush, master. Here's some good pastime toward. That wench is stark mad or wonderful fraud.
Rather silence do I see maid's mild behavior and sobriety. Peace, Tranio.
Well said, master. Mum, and gaze your fill.
Gentlemen, that I may soon make a good of what I have said. Bianca, get you in, and let it not displease thee, good Bianca, for I will love thee nevertheless, my girl.
Pretty Pete, it is best put finger in the eye, and she knew why.
Sister, content you in my discontent. Sir, to your pleasure humbly I subscribe. My books and instruments shall be my company, on them to look and practice by myself.
Hark, Tranio, thou mayest hear Minerva speak.
Signor Baptista, will you be so strange? Sorry I am that our good will affects Bianca's grief.
Why will you mew her up, Signor Baptista, for this fiend of hell, and make her bear the penance of her tongue?
Gentlemen, content thee I am resolved. Go in, Bianca. And for I know she taketh the most delight in music, instruments, and poetry. Schoolmasters will I keep within my house, fit to instruct her youth. If you, Hortensio, and or Signor Gromio, you know any such, prefer them hither, for to cunning men I will be very kind and liberal to mine own children in good bringing up. And so farewell, Caterina. You may say, Caterina, for I have more to commune with Bianca.
Why? And I trust I may go too, may I not? What? Shall I be appointed hours as though belike I knew not what to take and what to leave, huh?
You may go to the devil's dam. Your gifts are so good, here's none will hold you. Farewell, yet for the love I bear my sweet Bianca, if I can by any means light on a fit man to teach her that wherein she delights, I will wish him to her father.
So will I, Signor Gremio. But a word, I pray you. Though the nature of our quarrel yet never brooked parle, know you now, upon advice, it touches us both to labor and effect one thing specially.
What's that, I pray?
Marry, sir, to get a husband for her sister.
A husband? A devil?
I say a husband.
I say a devil. Thinkest thou, Hortensio, though her father be very rich, any man is so very a fool to be married to hell?
Tush, Gremio, though it pass your patience and mine to endure her loud alarums, why, man, there be fellows in the world, and a man could light on them, would take her with all her faults and money in her purse.
I cannot tell, but I had as lief take her dowry with this condition to be whipped at the high cross every morning.
Faith, as you say, there's small choice in rotten apples. But come, since this bar-in-law makes us friends, be so far forth friendly maintained till by helping Baptista's eldest daughter to a husband, we set his younger free for a husband, and then have to it afresh. Sweet Bianca, happy man be his dole. He that runs fast gets the ring. How say you, Signor Gremio?
I am agreed. And would I had given him the best horse in Padua to begin his wooing that would thoroughly woo her, wed her, and bed her, and rid the house of her. Come on.
I pray, sir, tell me, is it possible that love should of a sudden take such hold?
Oh, Tranio, till I found it to be true, I never thought it possible or likely. But see, while idly I stood looking on, I found the effect of love in idleness, and now in plainness do I confess to thee, Tranio. I burn, I pine, I perish, Tranio. If I achieve not this young modest girl, counsel me, Tranio, for I know thou canst. Assist me, Tranio, for I know thou wilt.
Master, you looked so longly on the maid, perhaps you marked not what's the pith of all.
Oh, yes, I saw sweet beauty in her face.
Saw you no more? Marked you not how her sister began to scold and raise up such a storm that mortal ears might hardly endure the din?
Tranio, I saw her coral lips to move, and with her breath she did perfume the air, sacred and sweet was all I saw in her.
Nay then, 'tis time to stir him from his trance. I pray, awake, sir. If you love the maid, bend thoughts and wits to achieve her. Thus it stands. Her eldest sister is so cursed and shrewd that till the father rid his hands of her, master, your love must live a maid at home. And therefore has he closely mewed her up, because she will not be annoyed with suitors.
Oh, Tranio, what a cruel father's he! But art thou not advised? He took some care to get her cunning schoolmasters to instruct her.
Ay, marry, am I, sir, and now 'tis plotted.
I have it, Tranio.
Master, for my hand, both our inventions meet and jump in one.
Tell me thine first.
You will be schoolmaster and undertake the teaching of the maid. That's your device.
It is! May it be done?
Not possible. For who shall bear your part and be in Padua here Vincentio's son, keep house and ply his book, welcome his friends, visit his countrymen and banquet them?
Master, content thee, for I have it full. We have not yet been seen in any house, nor can we lie distinguished by our faces for man or master. Then it follows thus. Thou shalt be Master Tranio in my stead. Keep house and port and servants as I should. I will some other be. Some Florentine, some Neapolitan, or meaner man of Pisa. 'Tis hatched and shall be so. Tranio, at once. When Biondello comes, he waits on thee. But I will charm him first to keep his tongue.
So had you need. In brief, sir, sith that your pleasure is, and I am tied to be obedient. For so your father charged me at our parting. Be serviceable to my son, quoth he, although I think 'twas in another sense. I am content to be Lucentio, because so well I love Lucentio.
Tranio, be so, because Lucentio loves, and let me be a slave to achieve that maid whose sudden sight hath thralled my wounded eye. Here comes the rogue. Sirrah, where have you been?
Where have I been? Nay, how now, where are you? Master, has my fellow Tranio stolen your clothes? Or you stolen his, or both? Pray, what's the news?
Sirrah, come hither. 'Tis no time to jest, and therefore frame your manners to the time. Your fellow Tranio here, to save my life, puts my apparel and my countenance on, and I, for my escape, have put on his, for in a quarrel since I came ashore, I killed a man, and fear I was descried. Wait you on him, I charge you, as becomes while I make way from hence to save my life. You understand me?
I, sir? Ne'er a whit.
Not a jot of Tranio in your mouth. Tranio is changed into Lucentio.
The better for him. Would I were so too.
So could I, Faith, boy, to have the next wish after that Lucentio indeed had Baptista's youngest daughter. But Sirrah, not for my sake, but your master's, I advise when I am alone, why then I am Tranio, and in all places else your master, Lucentio.
Tranio, let's go. One thing more rests, that thou thyself execute, to make one among these boors. If thou ask me why, sufficeth my reasons are both good and weighty.
Act 1, Scene 2.
Verona, for a while I take my leave to see my friends in Padua. But of all, my best beloved and approved friend, Hortensio, and I trow this is his house. Here, Sir Agrumio, knock, I say.
Knock? Sir, whom should I knock? The man has rebused your worship.
Villain, I say, knock me here soundly.
Knock you here, sir? Why, sir, what am I, sir, that I should knock you here, sir?
Villain, I say, knock me at this gate and rap me well, or I'll knock your knave's pate.
My master has grown quarrelsome. I should knock you first, and then I know after who comes by the worst.
Will it not be? Faith, Sirrah, and you'll knock, I'll ring it.
Help! Masters! Help! My master is mad!
Now, knock when I bid you, Sirrah villain.
How now? What's the matter? My old friend Petruchio! Grumio! How do you do all in Verona?
Signor Hortensio, come you to part the fray?
Benvenuto mio Petruchio! Rise, Grumio, rise! We will compound this quarrel.
Nay, 'tis no matter. If this be not a lawful case for me to leave his service, look you, sir, and wrap him soundly, sir. But was it fit for a servant to use his master so? Whom would to God I had knocked first? Would to God I had knocked first, well knocked it first, and then had not Grumio come by the worst.
A senseless villain. Good Hortensio, I bade the rascal knock upon your gate and could not get him for my heart to do it.
Knock at the gate? Oh heavens, speak you not these words plain? Sirrah, knock me here, rap me here, knock me well, and knock me soundly? Come you now with knocking at the gate.
Sirrah, be gone, or talk not. I advise you.
Petruchio, patience. I am Grumio's pledge. And tell me now, sweet friend, what happy gale blows you to Padua from old Verona?
Such wind as scatters young men through the world to seek their fortunes farther than at home, where small experience grows. But in a few, Signor Hortensio, thus it stands with me. Antonio, my father, is deceased, and I have thrust myself into this maze, and I have happily to wive and thrive as best I may. Crowns in my purse I have, and goods at home, and so am come abroad to see the world.
Petruchio, shall I then come round thee to thee and wish thee to a shrewd, ill-favored wife? Thou thanked me but little for my counsel, and yet I'll promise thee she shall be rich, and very rich, but thou art too much my friend, and I'll not wish thee to her.
Signor Hortensio, twixt such friends as we, few words suffice, and therefore, if thou know one rich enough to be Petruchio's wife, be she as foul as Florentius's love, she moves me not, Or not removes at least affection's edge in me? Were she as rough as are the swelling Adriatic seas, I come to wive it lawfully in Padua. If willfully, then happily in Padua.
Nay, look you, sir.
Hmm?
He tells you flatly what his mind is. Why, give him gold enough and marry him to a puppet, or an old trot with near teeth in her head. Though she have as many diseases as 52 horses, why, nothing comes amiss, so money comes withal.
Petruchio, since we are stepped thus far in, I will continue that I broached in jest. I can, Petruchio, help thee to a wife with wealth enough and young and beauteous, brought up as best becomes a gentlewoman. Her only fault, and that is fault enough, is that she is intolerable, cursed and shrewd and forward, so beyond measure that, were my state far worse than it is, I would not wed her for a mine of gold.
Hortensio, peace. Thou knowest not gold's effect. Tell me her father's name, and 'tis enough, for I will board her, though she chide as loud as thunder when the clouds in autumn crack.
Her father is Baptista Minola, an affable, courteous gentleman. Her name is Caterina Minola, renowned in Padua for her scolding tongue.
I know her father, though I know not her, and he knew my deceased father well. I will not sleep, Hortensio, till I see her, and therefore let me be thus bold with you to give you over at this first encounter, unless you will accompany me thither.
I pray you, sir, let him go while the humor lasts. My word, she knew him as well as I do. He would think scolding would do little good upon him. You know him not, sir.
Tarry, Petruchio. I must go with thee, for in Baptista's keep my treasure is. He hath the jewel of my life in hold. His youngest daughter, beautiful Bianca, and her withholds from me and other more suitors to her, rivals of my love. None shall have access unto Bianca till Catherine the Cursed have got a husband.
Catherine the Cursed! A title for a maid, of all titles the worst.
Now shall my friend Petruchio do me grace, and offer me disguised in sober robes to old Baptista as a schoolmaster, well seen in music, to instruct Bianca that so I may, by this device, at least have leave and leisure to make love to her and unsuspected court her by herself.
Here's no knavery. Master, look about you. Who goes there? Ha!
A peace, Grumio. Just the rival of my love. Petruchio, stand by a while.
A proper stripling and an amorous.
Oh, very well. I have perused the note. Hark you, sir. I'll have them very fairly bound, all books of love. See that at any hand, and see you read no other lectures to her.
Whate'er I read to her, I'll plead for you. As for my patron, stand you so assured, as firmly as yourself were still in place. Yea, and perhaps with more successful words than you, unless you were a scholar, sir.
Oh, this learning, what a thing it is.
Oh, this woodcock, what an ass it is.
Hey, Sarah.
Grumio, Mum. God save you, Signor Gremio.
And you are well met, Signor Hortensio. Trow you whither I am going? To Baptista Minola. I promised to inquire carefully about a schoolmaster for the fair Bianca, and by good fortune I have lighted well on this young man, for learning and behavior fit for her turn, well read in poetry and other books, good ones, I warrant ye.
'Tis well. I have met a gentleman hath promised me to help me to another, a fine musician to instruct our mistress. So shall I know which be behind in duty to fair Bianca, so beloved of me.
Beloved of me, and that my deed shall prove.
And that his bag shall prove.
Gremio, Is now no time to vent our love. Here is a gentleman whom by chance I met, upon agreement from us to his liking, will undertake to woo curse Katharina. Yea, and to marry her if her dowry frees.
So said, so done is well. Hortensio, have you told him all her faults?
I know she is an irksome, brawling scold. If that be all, masters, I hear no harm.
No, sayest me so, friend. What countryman?
Born in Verona, old Antonio's son. My father dead, my fortune lives for me, and I do hope good days and long to see.
Oh, sir, such a life with such a wife were strange. But if you have a stomach to it, God's name. You shall have me assisting you in all. But will you woo this wild cat?
Will I live?
Will he woo her? Aye, or I'll hang her.
Why came I hither but to that intent? Think you a little din can daunt mine ears? Have I not, in my time, heard lions roar? Have I not heard great ordnance in the field and heaven's artillery thunder in the skies? Have I not, in a pitched battle, heard loud larns, neighing steeds, and trumpets clang? Do you tell me of a woman's tongue that gives not half so great a blow to hear as will a chestnut in a farmer's fire? Tush, fear boys with bugs.
For he fears none.
Hortensio, hark! This gentleman is happily arrived, and my mind presumes for his good and ours.
I promised him we would be contributors, and bear his charge of wooing whatsoever.
And so we will, provided that he win her.
I would, I were, as sure of a good dinner.
Gentlemen, God save you. If I may be bold, tell me, I beseech you, which is the readiest way to the house of Signor Baptista Minola?
He that has the 2 fair daughters, is it he you mean?
Even he, Biondello.
Hark you, sir, you mean not her to...
Perhaps him and her, sir. What have you to do?
Not her that chides, sir. At any hand, I pray.
I love no chiders, sir. Biondello, let's away.
Well begun, Tranio.
Sir, a word ere you go. Are you a suitor to the maid you speak of? Yea or no?
And if I be, sir, is it any offense?
No. If without more words you will get you hence.
Why, sir, I pray, are not the streets as free for me as for you?
But so is not she.
For what reason, I beseech you?
For this reason, if you'll know, that she's the choice love of Signor Gremio.
That she's the chosen of Signor Hortensio.
Softly, my masters. If you be gentlemen, do me this right. Hear me with patience. Baptista is a noble gentleman, to whom my father is not at all unknown. And were his daughter fairer than she is, she may more suitors have, and me for one. And so she shall. Lucentio shall make one, though Paris came in hope to speed alone.
What? This gentleman will out-talk us all.
Sir, give him head. I know he'll prove a jade.
Hortensio, to what end are all these words?
Sir, let me be so bold to ask you. Did you ever see Baptista's daughter?
No, sir. But here I do that he hath 2. The one is famous for a scolding tongue, as is the other for beauteous modesty.
Sir, the first from me, let her go by.
Yea, leave that labor to great Hercules.
Sir, understand you this of me, in sooth. The youngest daughter, whom you hearken for, her father keeps from all access of suitors, and will not promise her to any man until the elder sister first be wed. The younger then is free, and not before.
If it be so, sir, that you are the man must stead us all, and me amongst the rest, and if you break the ice and do this feat, achieve the elder, set the younger free, for our access, whose hap shall be to have her, will not be so graceless as to be ingrate.
Sir, you say well, and well do you conceive. Since you do profess to be a suitor, you must, as we do, gratify this gentleman, to whom we all rest generally beholden.
Sir, I shall not be slack. In sign whereof, please ye we may contrive this afternoon and quaff carouses to our mistress's health, and to his adversaries do in law. Strive mightily, but eat and drink as friends.
Oh, excellent motion. Speak on.
The motion's good indeed. And be it so, Petruchio, I shall be your Benvenuto.
Act 2, Scene 1.
Good sister, wrong me not, nor wrong yourself, to make a bondmaiden slave of me, that I disdain. But for these other goods, unbind my hands, I'll pull them off myself. For what you will command me will I do. So well I know my duty to my elders.
Of all thy suitors here I charge thee, tell whom thou lovest best. See thou dissemble not.
Believe me, sister, of all the men alive, I never yet beheld that special face, which I could fancy more than any other.
Minion, thou liest. Is not Hortensio?
If you affect him, sister, here I swear, I'll plead for him myself, but you shall have him.
How then? Belike you fancy riches more. You will have Gremio to keep you fair.
Is it for him you do envy me so? Nay, then you jest, and now I well perceive, you have but jested with me all this while. I prithee, sister Kate, untie my hands. If that be jest, then all the rest was so.
No. Why, how now, dame? Whence grows this insolence? Bianca, stand aside. Poor girl, she weeps. Go ply thy needle. Meddle not with her, for shame, thou hiding of a devilish spirit. Why dost thou wrong her that did ne'er wrong thee? When did she cross thee with a bitter word?
Her silence flouts me, and I'll be revenged.
What? What? In my sight? Oh, Bianca, get thee in.
What? Will you not suffer me? Nay, now I see she is your treasure. She must have a husband. I must dance barefoot on her wedding day, and for your love to her lead apes into hell. Talk not to me. I will go sit and weep till I find occasion of revenge.
Was ever a gentleman thus grieved as I? Who comes here?
Good morrow.
Good morrow.
Neighbor Baptista.
Good morrow, neighbor Gremio. God save you, gentlemen.
And you, good sir, pray, have you not a daughter called Katerina, fair and virtuous?
I have a daughter, yes, sir, called Katerina.
You are too blunt. Go to it orderly.
You wrong me, Signor Gremio. Give me leave. I am a gentleman of Verona, sir, that, hearing of her beauty and her wit, her affability and bashful modesty, her wondrous qualities and mild behavior, am bold to show myself a forward guest within your house, to make mine eye the witness of that report I so oft have heard, and for an entrance to my entertainment, I do present you with a man of mine, cunning in music and the mathematics, to instruct her fully in those sciences whereof I know she is not ignorant. Accept of him, or else you do me wrong. His name is Licio, born in Mantua.
You're welcome, sir, and he for your good sake, but for my daughter Katerina, this I know. She is not for your turn, the more my grief.
I see you do not mean to part with her, or else you like not of my company.
No, mistake me not. I speak as I find. Whence are you, sir? What may I call your name?
Petruchio is my name, Antonio's son, a man well known throughout all Italy.
Yes, I know him well. You are welcome for his sake.
Saving your tale, Petruchio, I pray let us that our poor petitioner speak too.
Oh, pardon me, Signor Gremio. I would fain be doing.
I doubt it not, sir, but you will curse your wooing. Neighbor, this is a gift very grateful, I am sure of it, to express the likeness myself that have been more kindly beholding to you than any, freely giving unto you this young scholar that hath been long studying at rhymes, is cunning in Greek, Latin, and other languages, as the other in music and mathematics. His name is Cambio. Pray, accept his service.
Oh, 1,000 thanks. Signor Gremio, yes. Welcome, good Cambio. But gentle sir, methinks you walk like a stranger. Maybe I be so bold to know the cause of your coming.
Pardon me, sir. The boldness is mine own, that being a stranger in this city here, do make myself a suitor to your daughter, unto Bianca, fair and virtuous. Nor is your firm resolve unknown to me, in the preferment of the eldest sister. This liberty is all that I request, that upon knowledge of my parentage, I may have welcome mongst the rest that woo, and free access and favor as the rest. And toward the education of your daughters, I here bestow a simple instrument, and this small packet of Greek and Latin books. If you accept them, then their worth is great.
Well, Lucentio is your name, of whence I pray?
Of Pisa, sir, son to Vincentio.
A mighty man of peace. Oh, by report, I know him well. You are very welcome, sir. Take the lute, and you are the set of the books, and you shall go see your pupils presently. Oh, la win. Sir, lead these gentlemen to my daughters and tell them both, these are their tutors. Bid them use them well. And now we will go walk a little in the orchard, and then to dinner. You are passing welcome, and so I pray you all to think yourselves.
Senor Baptista, my business asketh haste, and every day I cannot come to woo. You knew my father well, and in him me, left solely heir to all his lands and goods, which I have bettered rather than decreased. Then tell me, if I get your daughter's love, what dowry shall I have with her to wife?
Well, after my death, the one half of my lands, and in possession 20,000 crowns.
And for that dowry, I'll assure her of her widowhood, be it that she survives me in all my lands and leases whatsoever. Now, let specialties be therefore drawn between us, that covenants may be kept on either hand.
When that special thing is well obtained, that is for her love, for that is all in all.
Oh, why, that is nothing. For I tell you, Father, I am as peremptory as she proud-minded. And where two raging fires meet together, they do consume the thing that feeds their fury. Though little fire grows great with little wind, yet extreme gusts will blow out fire and all. So I to her, and so she yields to me, for I am rough and do not woo like a babe.
Well, mayest thou woo, and happy be thy speed. But be thou armed for some unhappy words. How now, my friend, why dost thou look so pale?
For fear, I promise you, if I look pale.
Well, what? Will my daughter prove a good musician?
I think she'll sooner prove a soldier. Iron may hold with her, but never lutes.
Oh, why? Then thou canst not break her to the lute?
Why, no, sir, for she hath broke the lute to me.
No, by the world, it is a lusty wench. I love her 10 times more than e'er I did. Oh, how I long to have some chat with her.
Oh, well, go with me, and be not so discomfited. Proceed and practice with my younger daughter, She's apt to learn and thankful be good turns. Signor Petruchio, will you go with us, or shall I send my daughter Kate to you?
Well, I pray you do. I will attend her here and woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she rail. Why, then I'll tell her plain she sings as sweetly as a nightingale. Say that she frown. I'll say she looks as clear as morning roses newly washed with dew. Say she be mute and will not speak a word. Then I'll commend her volubility. If she deny to wed, I'll crave the day when I shall ask the bonds and when be married. Oh, but here she comes. And now, Petruchio, speak. Good morrow, Kate, for that's your name, I hear.
Well, have you heard? But something hard of hearing. They call me Catherine that do talk of me.
You lie, in faith, for you are called plain Kate, and Bonnie Kate, and sometimes Kate the Cursed, but Kate, the prettiest Kate in Christendom. Hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtues spoke of, and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to thee belongs, myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved? In good time. Let him that moved you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first, you were unmovable.
Why? What's a movable?
A joint stool?
Thou hast hit it. Come, sit on me.
No such jade as you, if me you mean.
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Should buzz. Come, you wasp. Faith, you are too angry.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
My remedy then is to pluck it out.
Aye, if the fool could find it where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails. And so, farewell.
What, with my tongue in your tail? Nay, come again, good Kate. I am a gentleman.
That I'll try.
I swear. I'll cuff you if you strike again.
So may you lose your arms. If you strike me, you are no gentleman. And if no gentleman, why then no arms?
Oh, Harold, Kate? Oh, put me in thy books. Nay, come, Kate, come. You must not look so sour.
It is my fashion when I see a crab.
What? Here's no crab, and therefore look not sour.
There is.
Oh, then show it me.
Had a glass, I would.
What? You mean my face?
Well aimed at such a young one.
Now, by St. George, I am too young for you.
Yet you are withered.
'Tis with cares.
I cannot.
Nay, hear you, Kate. In sooth, you scape not so.
I chafe you if I tarry. Let me go.
No, not a whit. I find you passing gentle. 'Twas told me you were rough and coy and sullen, and now I find report a very liar. For thou art pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous, but slow in speech, yet sweet as springtime flowers. Thou canst not frown, thou canst not look askance, nor bite the lip as angry wenches wail, nor hast thou pleasure to be cross in talk, but thou with mildness entertainst thy wooers, with gentle conference, soft and affable. Why does the world report that Kate doth limp? Ah, slanderous world! Kate, like the hazel twig, is straight and slender and as brown in hue as hazelnuts and sweeter than the kernels. Oh, let me see thee walk. Thou dost not halt.
What have you studied all this goodly speech?
It is extempore from my mother wit.
A witty mother, witless else her son?
Am I not wise?
Yes, keep you warm.
Marry, so I mean, sweet Catherine, in thy bed. And therefore, setting all this chat aside, thus, in plain terms, your father has consented that you shall be my wife. Your dowry agreed on, and will you, I will marry you. Now, Kate, I am a husband for your turn, for by this light, whereby I see thy beauty, that doth make me like thee well, thou must be married to no man but me. For I am born to tame you, Kate, and bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable as other household Kates. Here comes your father. Never make denial. I must and will have Catherine to be my wife.
Now, Signor Petruchio, how speed you with my daughter?
How but well, sir, how but well. It were impossible that I should speed amiss.
Why, how now, daughter Caterina, in your dumps?
Are you me, daughter? Now, I promise you, you have showed a tender, fatherly regard to wish me wed to one half lunatic that thinks with oaths to face the matter out?
Father, 'tis thus. Yourself and all the world that talked of her have talked amiss of her. If she be cursed, it is for policy, for she's not froward and but modest as a dog. She is not hot, but temperate as the morn. And to conclude, we have agreed so well together that upon Sunday is the wedding day.
I'll see thee hanged on Sunday first.
Hark, Petruchio, she says she'll see thee hanged first.
Is this your speeding? Nay, then good night our part.
Be patient, gentlemen. I choose her for myself. If she and I be pleased, what's that to you? 'Tis bargained twixt us twain, being alone, that she shall still be cursed in company. I tell you, 'tis incredible to believe how much she loves me. Oh, the kindest Kate. She hung about my neck, and kiss on kiss she vied so fast, protesting oath on oath, that in a twink she won me to her love. Oh, you are novices. 'Tis a world to see how tame, when men and women are alone, a meacock wretch can make the cursed is shrew. Give me thy hand, Kate. I will unto Venice to buy apparel against the wedding day. Provide the feast, father, and bid the guests I will be sure my Catherine shall be fine.
Oh, well, I know what to say. I know not what to say. But give me your hands. God send you joy, Petruchio. 'Tis a match.
Amen, say we.
We will be witnesses.
Father and wife and gentlemen, adieu. I will to Venice. Sunday comes apace. We will have rings and things and fine array. Kiss me, Kate. Well, we will be married on Sunday.
Was ever match clapped up so suddenly?
The gain I seek is a quiet in the match.
No doubt, but he hath got a quiet catch. But now, Baptista, to your younger daughter. Now is the day we long have looked for. I am your neighbor, and was suitor first.
And I am one that loved Bianca more than words can witness, or your thoughts can guess.
Youngling, thou canst not love so dear as I.
Greybeard, thy love doth freeze.
But thine doth fry. Skipper, stand back, 'tis age that nourisheth.
But youth in ladies' eyes that flourisheth.
Content you, gentlemen. I will compound this strife. 'Tis deeds must win the prize, and he of both that can assure my daughter greatest dower shall have my Bianca's love. Say, Signor Gremio, what can you assure her?
First, as you know, my house within the city is richly furnished with plate and gold. In ivory coffers I have stuffed my crowns, in cypress chests my arras counterpoints, costly apparel, tents and canopies, fine linen, turkey cushions bossed with pearl, valance of Venice gold and needlework, pewter and brass, and all things that belong to house or housekeeping. Then at my farm I have 100 milch kine to the pail, 60 fat oxen standing in my stalls, and all things answerable to this portion. Myself am struck in years, I must confess, but if I die tomorrow, this is hers. If whilst I live, she will only be mine.
Oh, only came in well. Sir, list to me. I am my father's heir and only son. If I may have your daughter to my wife, I'll leave her houses 3 or 4 as good within rich Pisa walls as any one old Signor Gremio has in Padua. Besides, 2,000 ducats by the year of fruitful land, all which shall be her jointure. What? Have I pinched you, Signor Gremio?
2,000 ducats by the year of land. My land amounts not to so much in all. But she shall have, besides, an argosy that now is lying in Marseilles road. What? Have I choked you with an argosy?
Gremio, 'tis known my father hath no less than 3 great argosies. Besides 2 galleasses and 12 tight galleys. These I will assure her, and twice as much, whate'er thou offerest next.
Nay, I have offered all, I have no more. And she can have no more than all I have. If you like me, she shall have me and mine.
Why, then the maid is mine from all the world. By your firm promise, Gremio is outvied.
I must confess, your offer is the best. And let your father make her the assurance. She is your own, else you must pardon me. If you should die before him, where's her dower?
That's but a cavil. He is old, I young.
And may not young men die as well as old?
Oh, well, gentlemen, I am thus resolved. On Sunday next, you know my daughter Caterina is to be married. Now, on the Sunday following, shall Bianca be bride to you, if you make the assurance. If not, Signor Gremio, and so I use my leave, and I thank you both.
Adieu, good neighbor. Now I fear thee not. Sirrah, young gamester, your father were a fool to give thee all, and in his waning age set foot under thy table. Tut, a toy! An old Italian fox is not so kind, my boy.
Vengeance on your crafty withered hide. Yet I have faced it with a card of 10. 'Tis in my head to do my master good. I see no reason but supposed Lucentio must get a father called supposed Vincentio. And that's a wonder. Fathers commonly do get their children, but in this case of wooing, a child shall get a sire, if I fail not of my cunning.
Act 3, Scene 1.
Fiddler, forbear, you grow too forward, sir. Have you so soon forgot the entertainment her sister Caterina welcomed you withal?
Wrangling pedant. This is the patroness of heavenly harmony. Give me leave to have prerogatives. And when in music we have spent an hour, your lecturer shall have leisure for as much.
Preposterous ass that never read so far to know the cause why music was ordained. Was it not to refresh the mind of man after his studies or his usual pain? Then give me leave to read philosophy, and while I pause serve in your harmony.
Sirrah, I will not bear these braves of thine.
Why, gentlemen, you do me double wrong to strive for that which resteth in my choice. I am no preaching scholar in the schools. I'll not be tied to hours nor appointed times, but learn my lessons as I please myself. And to cut off all strife, here sit we down. Take your instrument, play the whiles. His lecture will be done ere you have tuned.
You'll leave his lecture when I'm in tune?
That will be never. Tune your instrument.
Where left we last?
Here, madam. Hic ibet simus, hic est sigea tellus, hic steterat priami regia celsa senis.
Construe them.
Hic ibet, as I told you before, simus, I am Lucentio, hic est son unto Vincentio of Pisa, sigea tellus, disguised thus to get your love. Hic steterat, and that Lucentio that comes a-wooing.
Madam, my instrument's in tune.
Let's hear. Oh, fie, the troubled jars.
Spit in the hole, man, and tune again.
Now let me see if I can construe it. Hic ibit simos, I know you not. Hic est sagea tellus, I trust you not. Hic steterat priami, take heed he hear us not. Regia, presume not. Celsa sinis, despair not.
Madam, 'tis now in tune.
All the bass.
The bass is right. The base knave that jars. Fiery and forward our pedant is. Now for my life, the knave doth court my love. Pediscule, watch you better yet.
In time I may believe, yet I mistrust.
Mistrust it not.
I must believe my master, else I promise you I should be arguing still upon that doubt. But let it rest. Now, Licio, to you. Good masters, take it not unkindly, pray, that I have been thus pleasant with you both.
You may go walk, and give me leave a while. My lessons make no music in 3 parts.
Are you so formal, sir? Well, I must wait and watch withal, for, but be I deceived, our fine musician groweth amorous.
Madam, before you touch the instrument, to learn the order of my fingering, I must begin with the rudiments of art, to teach you gamut in a briefer sort, more pleasant, pithy, effectual than hath been taught by any of my trade. And here it is in writing, fairly drawn.
I am past my gamut long ago.
Yet read the gamut of Hortensio.
Gamut. I am the ground of all accord. Array, to plead Hortensio's passion. Be me, Bianca, take him for thy lord. Si faut, that loves with all affection. D sol re, 1 clef, 2 notes have I. Ela me, show pity or I die. Call you this gamut? Tut, I like it not. Old fashions please me best. I'm not so nice to change true rules for odd inventions.
Mistress, your father prays you leave your books and help to dress your sister's chamber up. You know tomorrow is the wedding day.
Farewell, farewell, sweet masters both. I must be gone.
Faith, mistress, then I have no cause to stay.
But I have cause to pry into this pedant. He thinks he looks as if he were in love. Yet if thy thoughts, Bianca, be so humble to cast thy wandering eyes on every scale, seize thee that list. Once I find thee raging, Hortensio will be quit with thee by changing.
Act 3, Scene 2.
Signor Lucentio, this is the appointed day that Catherine and Petruchio should be married, and yet we hear not of our son-in-law. What will be said? What mockery will it be to want the bridegroom when the priest attends to speak the ceremonial rites of marriage? What says Lucentio to the shame of ours?
No shame but mine. I must forsooth be forced to give my hand, opposed against my heart, unto a mad brain runneth be full of spleen, who wooed in haste and means to wed at leisure. I told you, he was a frantic fool, hiding his bitter jests and blunt behavior. And to be noted for a merry man, he'll woo 1,000, point the day of marriage, make feasts, invite friends, and proclaim the banns, yet never means to wed where he hath wooed. Now must the world point at poor Catherine and say, lo, there is mad Petruchio's wife. If it would please him, come and marry her. Ah!
Patience, good Catherine, and Baptista too. Upon my life, Petruchio means but well. Whatever fortune stays him from his word, though he be blunt, I know him passing wise. Though he be merry, yet withal he's honest.
Catherine had never seen him, though.
Go, girl, I cannot blame thee now to weep, for such an injury would vex a very saint, much more a shrew of thy impatient humor.
Master, news, old news, and such news as you have never heard of.
Is it new and old too? How may that be?
Why, is it not news to hear if Petruchio is coming?
Is he come?
Why, no, sir.
Well, what then?
He is coming.
Well, when will he be here?
When he stands where I am and sees you there.
Say what to thine old news?
Why, Petruchio is coming in a new hat and an old jerkin, a pair of old breeches thrice turned, a pair of boots set up in candle cases, one buckled, another laced, his horse hipped with an old mothy saddle and stirrups of no kindred, besides possessed, swayed in the back and shoulder shot, and near-legged before, and with a half-checked bit and a head stall of sheep's leather, which, being restrained to keep him from stumbling, hath often been burst and now repaired with knots.
Well, who comes with him?
Oh, sir, his lackey, for all the world comparisoned like a horse, with an old hat, a very monster in apparel, and not like a gentleman's lackey.
'Tis some odd humor pricks him to this fashion, yet oftentimes he goes but mean apparelled.
I'm glad he's come. How's he comes?
Why, sir, he comes not.
Didst thou not say he comes?
Who? That Petruchio came?
Aye, that Petruchio came.
No, sir. I say his horse comes with him on the back.
Why, that's all a one.
Nay, by St. Jammy.
Oh.
Come, where be these gallants? Who's at home, huh?
Oh, you are welcome, sir.
And yet I come not well.
And yet you halt not.
Not so well apparelled as I wish you were.
Were it better, I should rush in thus. But where is Kate? Where is my lovely bride? How does my father? Gentles, methinks you frown, and wherefore gaze this goodly company, as if they saw some wondrous monument, some comet or unusual prodigy?
Why, sir, you know this is your wedding day. First, were we sad, hearing you would not come, and now sadder that you will come so unprovided. Oh, fie, doth this habit shame to your estate, and I sore to our solemn festival.
And tell us, what occasion of import hath also long detained you from your wife, and sent you hither so unlike yourself?
Tedious, it were to tell, and harsh to hear. Sufficeth, I am come to keep my word, though in some part enforced to digress, which at more leisure I will so excuse as you shall well be satisfied withal. But where is Kate? I stayed too long from her. The morning wears, 'tis time we were at church.
See not your bride in these unreverent robes. Go to my chamber, put on clothes of mine.
Not I, believe me, thus I'll visit her.
But thus I trust you will not marry her.
Good sooth, even thus. Therefore I have done with words. To me she's married, not unto my clothes. But what a fool am I to chat with you, and when I should bid good morrow to my bride and seal the title with a lovely kiss.
He hath some meaning in his mad attire. We will persuade him, be it possible, to put on better ere he go to church.
Well, I'll go after him and see the event of this.
But to her love concerneth us to add her father's liking, which to bring to pass, as I before imparted to your worship, I am to get a man. Whate'er he be, it skills not much, will fit him to our turn, and he shall be Vincentio of Pisa, and make assurance here in Padua of greater sums than I have promised. So shall you quietly enjoy your hope and marry sweet Bianca with consent.
Were it not that my fellow schoolmaster doth watch Bianca's steps so narrowly, 'twere good, methinks, to steal our marriage, which once performed, let all the world say no, I'll keep mine own, despite of all the world.
That by degrees we mean to look into, and watch our vantage in this business. We'll overreach the graybeard Gremio, the narrow-prying father Minola, the quaint musician amorous Licio, all for my master's sake, Lucentio. Signor Gremio, came you from the church?
As willingly as ere I came from school.
And is the bride and bridegroom coming home?
A bridegroom, say you? 'Tis a groom indeed, a grumbling groom, and that the girl shall find.
Curster than she. It is impossible.
Why, he's a devil, a very fiend.
Why, she's a devil, the devil's dam.
Tut, she's a lamb, a dove, a fool to him. I'll tell you, Sir Lucentio, when the priest should ask if Catherine should be his wife, "Aye, by Gog's wounds," quoth he, and swore so loud that all amazed the priest let fall the book.
What said the wench when he rose again?
Trembled and shook, for why he stamped and swore as if the vicar meant to cozen him. But after many ceremonies done, he calls for wine. "A health," quoth he, as if he had been aboard, carousing to his mates. This done, he took the bride about the neck and kissed her lips with such a clamorous smack that at the parting of the church did echo. And I, seeing this, came thence for shame, and after me I know the rout is coming. Such a mad marriage never was before.
Gentlemen and friends, I thank you for your pains. I know you think to dine with me today and have prepared great store of wedding cheer, but so it is. My haste doth call me hence, and therefore here I mean to take my leave.
It's possible you will away tonight?
I must away today, before night come. Make it no wonder. If you knew my business, you wouldn't treat me rather go than stay. And honest company, I thank you all that have beheld me give away myself to this most patient, sweet, and virtuous wife. Dine with my father, drink a health to me, for I must hence, and farewell to you all.
Let us entreat you stay till after dinner.
It may not be.
Let me entreat you.
It cannot be.
Let me entreat you.
I am content.
Are you content to stay?
I am content you shall entreat me stay, but yet not stay and treat me how you can.
Now, if you love me, stay.
Grumio, my horse.
Hey, sir, they be ready. The oats have eaten the horses.
Nay then, do what thou canst. I will not go today, no, nor tomorrow, not till I please myself. The door is open, sir. There lies your way. For me, I'll not be gone till I prove a jolly surly groom and take it on you at the first so roundly.
Oh, Kate, content thee. Prithee be not angry.
I will be angry. What hast thou to do? Father, be quiet. He shall stay my leisure.
I marry, sir, and now it begins to work.
Gentlemen, forward to the bridal dinner. I see a woman may be made a fool if she had not a spirit to resist.
They shall go forward, Kate, at thy command. Obey the bride, you that attend on her. Go to the feast, revel, and domineer, carouse full measure to her maidenhead. Be mad and merry, or go hang yourselves. But for my bonny Kate, she must with me. Nay, look not big, nor stamp, nor stare, nor fret. I will be master of what is mine own. She is my goods, my chattels. She is my house, my horse, my ox, my ass, my anything. And here she stands. Touch her whoever dare. I'll bring mine action on the proudest he that stops my way in Padua. Grumio, Draw forth thy weapon. We are beset with thieves. Rescue thy mistress if thou be a man. Fear not, sweet wench, they shall not touch thee gate. I'll buckler thee against 1,000,000.
Oh, nay, let them go, a couple of quiet ones.
Went they not quickly, I should die with laughing.
Of all mad matches, never was the like.
Mistress, what's your opinion of your sister?
That being mad herself, she's madly mated.
I warrant him, Petruchio is cated.
And neighbors and friends, though bride and a bridegroom once, for to supply the places at the table, you know there wants to no junkets at the feast. Lucentio, you shall supply the bridegroom's place, and let Bianca take her sister's room.
Shall sweet Bianca practice how to bride it?
She shall, Lucentio. Come, gentlemen, let's go.
Act 4, Scene 1.
Bye on all tired jades, on all mad masters and all foul ways. Was ever man so beaten? Was ever man so great? Was ever man so weary? I am sent before to make a fire, and they are coming after to warm them. And my very lips might cleave to my teeth, my tongue to the roof of my mouth, my heart and my belly, ere I should come by a fire to thaw me. But I, with blowing the fire, shall warm myself, for considering the weather, a taller man than I will take cold. Hana! Oh, Curtis!
Who is it that calls so coldly?
A piece of ice. If thou doubt it, thou mayst slide from my shoulder to my heel with no greater run but my head and my neck. The fire, good Curtis.
Is my master and his wife coming, Grumio?
Oh, aye, Curtis, aye. And therefore, fire, fire, cast on no water.
Is she so hot a shrew as she's reported?
She was, good Curtis, before this frost, but thou knowest, winter tames man, women, and beast, for it hath tamed my old master, and my new mistress, and myself, fellow Curtis.
Away, you 3-inch fool, I'm no beast.
But wilt thou make a fire? Or shall I complain on thee to our mistress, whose hand, she being now at hand, thou shalt soon feel to thy cold comfort for being slow in thy hot office?
I prithee, good Grumio, tell me, how goes the world?
A cold world, Curtis, in every office but thine. And therefore, fire, do thy duty, and have thy duty, or my master and mistress are almost frozen to death.
There's fire ready, and therefore, good Grumio, the news.
Where's the cook? Is supper ready? The house trimmed, brushes stewed, cobwebs swept. The serving men in their new fustian, their white stockings, and every officer his wedding garment on, be the jacks fair within, the gills fair without, the carpets laid, and everything in order.
All ready, and therefore I pray thee news.
First no. My horse is tired, and my master and mistress hath fallen out.
How?
Out of their saddles into the dirt. Thereby hangs a tail.
Let's have it, good Grumio.
Lend thine ear.
Here.
There.
This is to feel a tale, not to hear a tale.
And therefore 'tis called a sensible tale. And this cuff was but to knock at your ear and beseech listening. Now I begin. In primis, came down a foul hill, my master riding behind my mistress.
Both of one horse?
What's that to thee?
Why, the horse.
Tell thou the ale. But hast thou not crossed me, thou shouldst have heard how her horse fell, and she under her horse. Thou shouldst have heard in how miry a place, how she was bemoiled, how he left her with the horse upon her, how he beat me because her horse stumbled, how she waded through the dirt to pluck him off me, how he swore, how she prayed, that never prayed before. I cried, how the horses ran away.
By this reckoning, he is more shrewd than she.
Aye, and that thou and the proudest of you all shall find when he comes home. What talk I of this? Call forth the rest. Let them curtsy with their left legs, and not presume to touch a hair of my master's horsetail, so they kiss their hands. Are they all ready?
They are.
Ah.
Do you hear? Ho!
Huh?
You must meet my master to countenance my mistress.
Why, she hath a face of her own.
Who knows not that?
Thou, it seems, but thou calls for company to countenance her.
I call them forth to credit her.
Why, she comes to borrow nothing of them.
Welcome home, Grumio.
Welcome you.
How now, Grumio?
How now, you?
What, Grumio?
What, you?
Hello, Grumio.
Fellow, you.
How now, old lad?
And thus much for greeting. Now, my spruce companions, is all ready, and all things neat.
All things is ready. How near is our master?
In at hand, alighted by this, and therefore be not, perhaps passion, silence, for my master.
Where be these knaves? What, no man door to hold my stirrup nor to take my horse? Where is Nathaniel, Gregory, Philip?
Here, sir.
Here, sir. Here, sir.
Here, sir. Here, sir. Here, sir. Here, sir. You logger-headed and unpolished grooms. What? No attendance, no regard, no duty? Where's the foolish knave I sent before?
Here, sir, as foolish as I was before.
You peasant swain, you horse and malt horse drudge, did I not bid thee meet me in the park and bring along these rascal knaves with thee? Go, rascals, go and fetch my supper in. Oh, where is the life that late I led? Where are those? Oh, sit down, Kate, and welcome. Why, when I say, good sweet Kate, be merry. Off with my boots, you rogues, you villains. When? It was the friar's order of Gray as he forth walked on his way. Out! You rogue, you plucked my foot awry. Take that and mend the plucking off the other. Be merry, Kate. Some water here, what ho? Oh, where are my slippers? Shall I have some water? Oh, come, Kate, and wash and welcome heartily. You horse and villain, will you let it fall?
Patience, I pray you. 'Twas a fault unwilling.
A horse and beetle-headed, flap-eared knave. Oh, come, Kate, sit down. I know you have a stomach. Will you give thanks, sweet Kate, or else shall I? What's this? Mutton? Who brought it? 'Tis burnt, and so is all the meat. What dogs are these? Where is the rascal cook? How durst you, villains, bring it from the dresser and serve it thus to me that love it not? There, take it, you trenchers, cups, and all, you heedless joltheads and unmannered slaves. What? Do you grumble? I'll be with you straight.
I pray you, husband, be not so disquiet. The meat was well, if you were so contented.
I tell thee, Kate, 'twas burnt and dried away, and I expressly am forbid to touch it, for it engenders choler, planteth anger, and better 'twere the both of us did fast, since of ourselves are choleric, than feed it with such over-roasted flesh. Be patient. Tomorrow shall be mended. And for this night, will fast for company. Come, I will bring thee to thy bridal chamber.
Peter, didst ever see the like?
He kills her in her own humor.
Where is he?
In her chamber, making a sermon of continency to her, and rails and swears and rates that she, poor soul, knows not which way to stand, to look, and to speak, and sits as one new risen from a dream. Away, away, for he is coming hither.
Thus have I politically begun my reign, and 'tis my hope to end successfully, to make her come and know her keeper's call, that bait and beat and will not be immediate. She eat no meat today, nor none shall eat. Last night she slept not, nor tonight she shall not. As with the meat, some undeserved fault I'll find about the making of the bed, and here I'll fling the pillow, there the bolster, this way the coverlet, another way the sheets. Aye, and amid this hurly, I intend that all is done in reverent care of her, and in conclusion, she shall watch all night, and if she chance to nod, I'll rail and brawl, and with the clamor keep her still awake. This is a way to kill a wife with kindness, and thus I'll curb her mad and headstrong humor. He that knows better how to tame a shrew, now let him speak. 'Tis charity to show.
Act 4, Scene 2.
Is't possible, friend Licio, that Mistress Bianca doth fancy any other but Lucentio? I tell you, sir, she bears me fair in hand.
Sir, to satisfy you in what I have said, stand by. Mark the manner of his teaching.
Now, mistress, profit you in what you read.
What, master? Read you? First resolve me that.
I read that I profess the art to love.
And may you prove, sir, master of your art.
While you, sweet dear, prove mistress of my heart.
Quick procedures, Mary. And now tell me, I pray, you that durst swear that your Mistress Bianca loved none in the world so much as Lucio.
Despiteful love, unconstant womankind, I tell thee, Licio, this is wonderful.
Take no more. I am not Licio, nor a musician as I seem to be, but one that scorned to live in this disguise for such a one as leaves a gentleman and makes a god of such a cullion. No, sir, that I am called Hortensio.
Signor Hortensio, I have often heard of your entire affection to Bianca, and since mine eyes are witness of her lightness, I will with you, if you be so contented, forswear Bianca and her love forever.
See how they kiss in court. Signor Lucentio, here's my hand. And here I firmly vow never to woo her no more, but do forswear her as one unworthy all the former favors that I have fondly flattered her withal.
And here I take the unfeigned oath never to marry with her, though she would entreat. Fie on her! How beastly she doth court him!
All the world but he had quite forsworn. For me, that I may surely keep mine oath, I will be married to a wealthy widow ere 3 days pass, which hath long loved me as I have loved this proud, disdainful haggard. And so farewell, Signor Lucentio. Kindness in women, not their beauteous looks, shall win my love. And so I take my leave, in resolution as sworn before.
Mistress Bianca, bless you with such grace as longeth to a lover's blessed case. Nay, I have ta'en you napping, gentle love, and have forsworn you with Hortensio.
Tranio, you jest. But have you both forsworn me?
Mistress, we have.
Then we are rid of Lycio.
If faith, he'll have a lusty widow now, that shall be wooed and wedded in a day.
God give him joy.
Aye, and he'll tame her.
He says so, Tranio.
Faith, he is gone unto the taming school.
The taming school? What? Is there such a place?
Aye, mistress, and Petruchio is the master, that teacheth tricks 11 and 20 long, to tame a shrew and charm her chattering tongue.
Oh, master, master, I have watched so long that I am dog-weary, but at last I spied an ancient angel coming down the hill will serve the turn.
What is he, Biandello?
Master, a mercatante or a pedant, I know not what, but formal in apparel, in gait and countenance, surely like a father.
And what of him, Tranio?
If he be credulous and trust my tale, I'll make him glad to seem Vincentio, and give assurance to Baptista Minola, as if he were the right Vincentio. Take in your love, and then let me alone.
God save you, sir.
And you, sir, you are welcome. Travel you far on, or are you at the farthest?
Sir, at the farthest, for a week or two, but then up farther, as far as Rome, and so to Tripoli, if God lend me life.
What countryman, I pray?
Of Mantua.
Of Mantua, sir. Marry, God forbid. And come to Padua, careless of your life?
My life, sir! How, I pray? For that goes hard.
'Tis death for anyone in Mantua to come to Padua. Know you not the cause? Your ships are stayed at Venice, and the Duke for private quarrel twixt your Duke and him hath published and proclaimed it openly. 'Tis marvel, but that you are but newly come. You might have heard it else proclaimed about.
Alas! Oh, sir, it is worse for me than so. For I have bills for money by exchange from Florence, and must here deliver them.
Well, sir, to do you courtesy, this will I do, and this I will advise you. First tell me, have you ever been at Pisa?
Aye, sir, in Pisa have I often been. Pisa renowned for grave citizens.
Among them, know you one Vincentio?
I know him not, but I have heard of him, a merchant of incomparable wealth.
He is my father, sir, and sooth to say, in countenance, somewhat doth resemble you.
As much as an apple doth an oyster, and all in one.
To save your life in this extremity, this favor will I do you for his sake, and think it not the worst of all your fortunes that you are like to Sir Vincentio. His name and credit shall you undertake, and in my house you shall be friendly lodged. Look that you take upon you as you should. You understand me, sir. So shall you stay till you have done your business in the city. If this be courtesy, sir, accept of it.
Oh, sir, I do, and will repute you ever the patron of my life and liberty.
Then go with me to make the matter good. This, by the way, I let you understand. My father is here looked for every day, to pass assurance of a dower in marriage twixt me and one Baptista's daughter here. In all these circumstances, I'll instruct you. Go with me, to clothe you as becomes you.
Act 4, Scene 3.
No, no, forsooth, I dare not for my life.
The more my wrong, the more his spite appears. What, did he marry me to famish me? Beggars that come unto my father's door upon entreaty have a present alms. If not, elsewhere they meet with charity. But I, who never knew how to entreat, nor never needed that I should entreat, am starved for meat, giddy for lack of sleep, with oath kept waking, and with brawling fed. And that which spites me more than all these wants, he does it under name of perfect love, as who would say, if I should sleep or eat, 'twere deadly sickness, or else present death. I pray thee go and get me some repaste. I care not what, so it be wholesome food.
I'll say you to a fat tripe, finely broiled.
I like it well. Good Grumio, fetch it me.
I cannot tell. I fear 'tis choleric. Choleric. What say you to a piece of beef and mustard?
A dish that I do love to feed upon.
Aye, but the mustard is too hot and little.
Why then the beef and let the mustard rest?
Nay then, I will not. You shall have the mustard, or else you get no beef of Grumio.
Then both, or one, or anything thou wilt.
Why then, the mustard without the beef?
Go, get thee gone, thou false deluding slave, that feeds me with the very name of meat! Sorrow on thee and all the pack of you that triumph thus upon my misery. Go, get thee gone, I say.
How fares my Kate? What, sweeting all a mort?
Mistress, what cheer?
Faith as cold as can be.
Pluck up thy spirits. Look cheerfully upon me. Here, love, thou seest how diligent I am to dress thy meat myself and bring it thee. I am sure, sweet Kate, this kindness merits thanks. What? Not a word? Nay, then thou lovest not, and all of my pains is sorted to no proof. Here, take away this dish.
Oh, no, I pray you, let it stand.
The poorest service is repaid with thanks, and so shall mine before you touch the meat.
I thank you, sir.
Signor Petruchio, fie! You are to blame. Mistress Kate, I'll bear you company.
Eat it up all, Hortensio, if thou lovest me. Much good do it unto thy gentle heart. Kate, eat apace. And now, my honey love, will we return unto thy father's house and revel it as bravely as best? What? Hast thou dined? Oh. Well, the tailor stays thy leisure to deck thy body with his ruffling treasure. Come, tailor, let us see these ornaments. Lay forth the gown. And what news with you, sir?
Here is the cap your worship did bespeak.
Why, this was molded on a porringer, a velvet dish. Fie, 'tis lewd and filthy. Why, it is a cockle or a walnut shell, a neck, a toy, a trick, a baby's cap. Away with it. Come, let me have a bigger.
No, I'll have no bigger. This doth fit the time, and gentlewomen wear such caps as these.
When you are gentle, you shall have one too, and not till then.
That will not be in haste.
Why, sir, I trust I may have leave to speak, and speak I will. I am no child, no babe. Your betters have endured me say my mind. If you cannot, best you stop your ears. My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or else my heart, concealing it, will break. And rather than it shall, I will be free, even to the uttermost, as I please, in words.
Why? Thou sayest true. It is a paltry cap. I love thee well, and that thou likest it not.
Love me or love me not, I like the cap. And it's I will have, or I will have none.
My gown? Why, I come, tailor, let us see it. Oh, mercy, God. What masking stuff is here? What in devil's name, tailor, cost thou this?
I see she's like to have neither cap nor gown.
You bid me make it orderly and well, according to the fashion and the time.
Marry, and did, But if you be remembered, I did not bid you mar it to the time. Oh, none of it. Hence, make your best of it.
I never saw a better fashion gown, more quaint, more pleasing, no more commendable. Belike you mean to make a puppet of me?
Why, true, he means to make a puppet of thee.
She says your worship means to make a puppet of her.
Oh, monstrous arrogance. Thou liest, thou thread, thou thimble, thou flea, thou knit, thou water cricket, thou braved in mine own house with a skein of thread. Away, thou rag, thou quantity, thou remnant. I tell thee, that thou hast marred the gown.
Your worship is deceived. The gown is made just as my master had direction. Grumio gave order how it should be done.
I gave him no order. I gave him the stuff.
But how did you desire it should be made?
Marry, sir, with needle and thread.
But did you not request to have it cut?
Thou hast faced many things.
I have.
Face not me. I say unto thee, I bid thy master cut out the gown, but I did not bid him cut it to pieces. Ergo, thou liest.
Why, here is the note of the fashion to testify.
Read it.
The note lies in's throat, if he say I said so.
Imprimis, a loose-bodied gown.
Master, if ever I said loose-bodied gown, show me in the skirts of it, and beat me to death with a bottom of brown thread, I said. A gown.
Proceed.
With a small compassed cape.
I confess the cape.
With a trunk sleeve.
I confess 2 sleeves.
The sleeves curiously cut.
Aye, there's a villainy.
Error in the bill, sir. Error in the bill. I commanded the sleeves should be cut out and sewed up again. And that I'll prove upon thee.
This is true that I say, and I had thee in place where thou shouldst know it.
I am for thee straight.
God of mercy, Grumio, then he shall have no odds.
Well, sir, in brief, the gown is not for me.
You're in the right, sir, for 'tis my mistress.
Hortensio, say thou wilt see the tailor paid. Go, take it hence, be gone, and say no more.
Tailor, I'll pay thee for thy gown tomorrow. Take no unkindness of his hasty words. Away, I say. Commend me to thy master.
Well, come, my Kate, we will unto your father's, even in these honest mean habiliments. Our purses shall be proud, our garments poor, for 'tis the mind that makes a body rich. And as the sun breaks through the darkest clouds, so honor peereth the meanest habit. What? Is the jay more precious than the lark because his feathers are more beautiful? No, good Kate, neither art thou the worse for this poor furniture and mean array, and therefore frolic. We will henceforth to feast and sport us at thy father's house. Go, call my men and let us straight to him. Let's see. I think 'tis now some 7 o'clock, and well, we may come there by dinner time.
I dare assure you, sir, 'tis almost 2, and 'twill be supper time ere you come there.
It shall be 7 ere I go to horse. Look, what I speak or do or think to do, you are still crossing it. Sirs, let it alone. I will not go today, and ere I do, it shall be 1 o'clock, I say.
Why, so this gallant shall command the sun.
Act 4, Scene 4.
Sir, this is the house. Please it you that I call?
Aye, what else? But I'd be deceived. Signor Baptista may remember me. Near 20 years ago in Genoa when we were lodgers at the Pegasus.
'Tis well, and hold your own in any case, with such austerity as longeth to a father.
I warrant you. But sir, here comes your boy. 'Twere good he were schooled.
Fear you not him. Sirrah Biondello, now do your duty thoroughly, I advise you. Imagine 'twere the right Vincentio.
Fear not me.
But hast thou done thy errand to Baptista?
I told him that your father was at Venice and that you looked for him this day in Padua.
Thou art a tall fellow. Hold thee that to drink. Here comes Baptista. Set your countenance, sir. Signor Baptista, you are happily met. Sir, this is the gentleman I told you of. I pray you stand, good father, to me now. Give me Bianca for my patrimony.
Soft, son. Sir, by your leave, having come to Padua to gather in some debts, my son Lucentio made me acquainted with a weighty cause of love between your daughter and himself. And for the good reports I hear of you, and for the love he beareth to your daughter, and she to him, to stay him not too long, I am content in a good father's care to have him matched, and, if you please, to like no worse than I. Upon some agreement, me shall you find ready and willing, with one consent to have her so bestowed. For curious I cannot be with you, Signor Baptista, of whom I hear so well.
Well, sir, pardon me what I have to say, but your plainness and your shortness, well, they please me well. Yeah. Right true it is, your son Lucentio here doth love my daughter, and she loveth him, or both dissemble deeply their affections. And therefore, if you say no more than this, that like a father you will deal with him and pass my daughter a sufficient dower, the match is made, and all is done, and your son shall have my daughter with a consent.
I thank you, sir.
Mm.
Where then do you know best we be afeed and such assurance taken as shall with either part's agreement stand?
Well, not in my house, Lucentio, for you know, pitchers have ears, and I have many servants. Besides, old Gremio is hearkening still, and happily we might be interrupted.
Oh, then at my lodging, and it like you. There doth my father lie, and there this night will pass the business privately and well. Send for your daughter by your servant here.
It likes me well. Cambio, hie you home, and bid Bianca make her ready straight. And if you will, tell what hath happened. Lucentio's father is arrived in Padua, and now she's like to be Lucentio's wife.
I pray the gods she may with all my heart.
Dally not with the gods, but get thee gone. Signor Baptista, shall I lead the way?
I follow you.
Cambio,
What sayest thou, Biondello?
you saw my master wink and laugh upon you?
Biondello, what of that?
Faith, nothing, but has left me here behind to expound the meaning of moral of his signs and tokens.
I pray thee, moralize them.
Then thus, Baptista is safe, talking with the deceiving father of a deceitful son.
And what of him?
His daughter is to be brought to you by you to the supper.
And then?
The old priest of St. Luke's church is at your command at all hours.
And what of all this?
I cannot tell, except they are busied about a counterfeit assurance. Take your assurance of her to the church, take the priest, clerk, and some sufficient honest witnesses. If this be not that you look for, I have no more to say, but bid Bianca farewell forever and a day.
Hearest thou, Biondello?
I cannot tarry. My master hath appointed me to go to St. Luke's to bid the priest be.
I may and will, if she be so contented. She will be pleased, then wherefore should I doubt? Hap what hap may, I'll roundly go about her. It shall go hard if Cambio go without her.
Act 4, Scene 5.
Come on, in God's name, once more, toward our fathers. Oh, Good Lord, how bright and goodly shines the moon.
The moon, the sun, it is not moonlight now.
I say it is the moon that shines so bright.
I know it is the sun that shines so bright.
Now, by my mother's son, and that's myself, it shall be moon or star or what I list, where'er I journey to your father's house. Evermore, crossed and crossed, nothing but crossed.
Say as he says, or we shall never go.
Forward, I pray, since we have come so far, and be it moon or sun or what you please, and if you please to call it a rush candle henceforth, I vow it shall be so for me.
I say it is the moon.
I know it is the moon.
Nay, then you lie, it is the blessed sun.
Then God be blessed, it is the blessed sun, but sun it is not when you say it is not, and the moon changes even as your mind, and what you will have it named, even that it is, and so it shall be for Catherine.
Truchio, go thy ways. The field is won.
Well, forward, forward, thus the bow should run, and not unluckily against the bias, but soft. Oh, company is coming here. Good morrow, gentle master. Where away? Gentle mistress, pardon. Tell me, sweet Kate, and tell me truly too, hast thou beheld a fresher gentlewoman, such war of white and red within her cheeks? What stars to spangle heaven with such beauty as those two eyes become that heavenly face? Fair, lovely maid, once more good day to thee. Sweet Kate, embrace her for her beauty's sake.
I'll make the man mad to make a woman of him.
A young budding virgin, fair and fresh and sweet, whither away, or where is thy abode? Happy the parents of so fair a child. Happier the man whom favorable stars allot thee for his lovely bedfellow.
Why, how now, Kate?
Huh?
Thou art not mad. This is a man, old, wrinkled, faded, withered, and not a maiden, as thou sayest he is.
Oh, pardon, old father, my mistaking eyes, that I have been so bedazzled with the sun that everything I look on seemeth green. Now I perceive thou art a reverend father. Pardon, I pray thee, from my mad mistaking.
Do, good old grandsire, and withal make known which way thou travellest. If along with us, we shall be joyful of thy company.
Fair sir, and you, merry mistress, that with your strange encounter much pleased me. My name is called Vincentio, my dwelling Pisa, and I am bound to Padua, there to visit a son of mine, which I have long not seen.
What is his name?
Lucentio, gentle sir.
Believe not, the happier for thy son. And now, by law as well as reverend age, I may entitle thee, my loving father, the sister to my wife, this gentlewoman, thy son, by this hath married. Wonder not, nor be grieved, she is of good esteem, her dowry wealthy, and of worthy birth. Oh, let me embrace with kind Vincentio, and wander we to see thy honest son, who will of thy arrival be full joyous.
Is it true, or else is it your pleasure, like pleasant travelers, to break a jest upon the company you overtake?
I do assure thee, father, so it is.
Come, go along and see the truth hereof, for our first merriment hath made thee jealous.
Well, Petruchio, this has put me in heart. Have to my widow, if she be froward, then hast thou taught Hortensio to be untoward.
Act 5, Scene 1.
Softly and swiftly, sir, for the priest is ready.
I fly, Biondello, but they may chance to need thee at home. Therefore, leave us.
Nay, faith, I'll see the church at your back, and then come back to my masters as soon as I can.
I marvel Combio comes not all this while.
Sir, here's the door. This is Lucentio's house. My father's bears more toward the marketplace. Thither must I, and here I leave you, sir.
You shall not choose, but drink before you go. I think I shall command your welcome here, and by all likelihood, some cheer is toward. Yes, hello?
They're busy within you, or best knock louder.
What's he that knocks as he would beat down the gate?
Is Senor Lucentio within, sir?
He's within, sir, but not to be spoken withal.
What, if a man bring him £100 or two to make merry withal? Huh?
Keep your £100 to yourself. He shall need none so long as I live.
Nay, I told you your son was well beloved in Padua. Do you hear, sir? To leave frivolous circumstances, I pray you, tell Signor Lucentio that his father is come from Pisa and is here at the door to speak with him.
Thou liest! His father has come from Padua, and here, looking out at the window.
Art thou his father?
Aye, sir, so his mother says, if I may believe her.
Why, how now, gentlemen? Why, this is flat knavery to take upon you another man's name.
Lay hands on the villain! I believe I means to cozen somebody in this city under my countenance.
I've seen them in the church together. God send them good shipping. But who is here? Mine old master Vincentio? Now we are undone and brought to nothing.
Come hither, crack hemp.
I hope I may choose, sir.
Come hither, you rogue. What, have you forgot me?
Forgot you? No, sir, I could not forget you, for I never saw you before in my life.
What, you notorious villain, dost thou never see thy master's father Vincentio?
What, my old worshipful master? Yes, marry sir, see where he looks out the window.
Is it so indeed?
Ah! Help! 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 Here's a madman will murder me!
Help, son! Help, Signor Baptista!
Prithee, Kate, let's stand aside and see the end of this controversy.
Sir, what are you that offer to beat my servant?
What am I, sir? Nay, what are you, sir? Oh, immortal gods! Oh, fine villain! Oh, well, I am undone! I am undone. While I play the good husband at home, my son and servants spend all at the university.
How now? What's the matter?
What, is this a man a lunatic?
Sir, you seem a sober, ancient gentleman by your habit, but your words show you a madman. Why, sir, what cerns you if I wear pearl and gold? I thank my good father I'm able to maintain it.
Thy father? Oh, villain, he is a sailmaker in Bergamo.
No, you're mistaken, sir. You're mistaken, sir. Pray, what do you think is his name?
His name? As if I knew not his name. I have brought him up ever since he was 3 years old, and his name is Tranio.
Away! Away, mad ass! His name is Lucentio, and he is mine only son, and heir to the lands of me, Signor Vincentio.
Lucentio, oh, he hath murdered his master. Lay hold on him, I charge you, in the Duke's name. Oh, my son, tell me, thou villain, where is my son Lucentio?
Call forth an officer. Carry this mad knave to the jail. Father Baptista, I charge you, see that he be forthcoming.
Carry me to the jail?
Stay, officer, he shall not go to prison.
Oh, talk not, Signor Gremio. I say he shall go to prison.
Take heed, Signor Baptista, lest you be coney catched in this business. I dare swear this is the right Vincentio.
Swear, if thou darest.
Nay, I dare not swear it.
Then thou wert best say that I am not Lucentio.
Yes, I know thee to be Signor Lucentio.
Oh, away with the daughter to the gall with him.
Thus strangers may be hailed and abused. Oh, monstrous villain!
Oh, we are spoiled, and yonder he is. Deny him, forswear him, or else we are all undone.
Pardon, sweet father.
Oh, lives my sweet son.
How hast thou offended? Where is Lucentio?
Here's Lucentio, right son to the right Vincentio, that have by marriage made thy daughter mine, while counterfeit supposes bleared thine eyne.
Here's packing with a witness to deceive us all.
Where is that damned villain Tranio, that faced and braved me in this matter so?
Why, tell me, is not this my Cambio?
Cambio is changed into Lucentio. Love wrought these miracles. Bianca's love made me exchange my state with Tranio, while he did bear my countenance in the town. And happily I have arrived at the last unto the wished haven of my bliss. What Tranio did, myself enforced him to. Then pardon him, sweet father, for my sake.
I'll slit the villain's nose that would have sent me to the jail.
Oh, but do you hear, sir? Have you married my daughter without asking my goodwill?
Fear not, Baptista, we will content you. Go to, but I will in to be revenged for this villainy.
And I to sound the depth of this knavery.
Look not pale, Bianca. Thy father will not frown.
My cake is dough, but I'll in among the rest out of hope of all but my share of the feast.
Husband, let's follow to see the end of this ado.
First, kiss me, Kate, and we will.
What? In the midst of the street?
What? Art thou ashamed of me?
No, sir. God forbid, but ashamed to kiss.
Right. Then let's home again. Come, sir, let's away.
Nay, I will give thee a kiss. Now pray thee, love, stay.
Is this not well? Come, my sweet Kate. Better once than never, for never is too late.
Act 5, Scene 2.
At last, though long our jarring notes agree, and time it is when raging war is done to smile at escapes and pay perils overblown. My fair Bianca, bid my father welcome, while I with self-same kindness welcome thine. Brother Petruchio, sister Caterina, and thou, Hortensio, with thy loving widow, feast with the best, and welcome to my house.
Nothing but sit and eat and eat.
Padua affords us a kindness, son Petruchio.
Padua affords nothing but what is kind.
For both our sakes, I would that were true.
Now, for my life, Hortensio fears his widow.
Oh, then never trust me if I be afeard.
You are very sensible, and yet you miss my sense. I mean, Hortensio is afeard of you.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round.
Roundly replied.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round. I pray you, tell me what you meant by that.
Your husband, being troubled with a shrew, measures my husband's sorrow by his woe. And now you know my meaning.
A very mean meaning.
Right. I mean you.
And I am mean indeed, respecting you.
To her, Kate.
Oh, to her, widow.
100 marks. My Kate does put her down.
Oh, that's my office.
Spoke like an officer. How to thee, lad?
The how likes Gremio, these quick-witted lads.
Believe me, sir, they butt together well.
Head and butt. A hasty-witted body would say your head and butt were head and horn.
Aye, Mistress Bride, hath that awakened you?
Aye, but not frightened me. Therefore I'll sleep again.
Nay, that you shall not. Since you have begun, have at you for a bitter jest or two.
Am I your bird? I mean to shift my bush, and then pursue me as you draw your bow. You are welcome all.
She hath prevented me. Here, Signor Tranio, this bird you aimed at, though you hit her not, therefore health to all that shot and missed.
Oh, sir, Lucentio slipped me like his greyhound, which runs himself and catches for his master.
A good swift simile, but something currish.
'Tis well, sir, that you hunted for yourself. 'Tis thought your deer does hold you at a bay.
Oh, Petruchio, Tranio hits you now.
Thank thee for that gird, good Tranio.
Confess, hath he not hit you here?
It's a little gall to me, I confess. And as a jest did glance away from me, 'tis 10-1. It maimed you two outright.
Well, now in a good sadness, son Petruchio, I think thou hast the veriest shrew of all.
Well, I say no. And therefore, for assurance, let's each one send unto his wife, and he whose wife is most obedient to come at first when he doth send for her shall win the wager which we will propose.
Content. What's the wager?
20 crowns.
20 crowns? I'll venture so much of my hawk or hound, but 20 times so much upon my wife.
100 then.
Content.
A match. 'Tis done.
Who shall begin?
That will I. Go, Biondello, bid your mistress come to me.
I go.
Son, I'll be your half. Bianca comes.
I'll have no halves. I'll bear it all myself.
Oh.
Now, what news?
Sir, my mistress sends you word that she is busy and she cannot come.
Oh, she is busy and she cannot come.
Mm.
Is that an answer?
Aye, and a kind one too. Pray God, sir, your wife send you not a worse.
I hope better.
Sierra Biondello, go and entreat my wife to come to me forthwith.
Oh, entreat her. Nay, then she needs must come.
I am afraid, sir, do what you can. Yours will not be entreated. Now, where's my wife?
She says you have some goodly jest in hand. She will not come. She bids you come to her.
Yes, and where she will not come? Oh, vile, intolerable, not to be endured. Sir Agrumio, go to your mistress, say, I command her to come to me.
I know her answer.
What?
She will not.
The valor fortune mind, and there it end.
Now, by my so sorry, by my whole dame. Here comes Catherine.
What is your will, sir, that you send for me?
Where is your sister and Hortensio's wife?
They sit conferring by the parlor fire.
Go fetch them hither. If they deny to come, swinge me them soundly forth unto their husbands. Away, I say, and bring them hither straight.
Here is a wonder. If you talk of a wonder.
And so it is. I wonder what it bodes.
Merry peace it bodes, and love, and quiet life, and awful rule and right supremacy, and to be short, whatnot, that's sweet and happy.
Oh, now fair befall thee, good Petruchio. The wager thou hast won, and I will add unto their losses 20,000 crowns, another dowry to another daughter, for she is changed as she has never been.
Nay, and I will win my wager better yet, and show more sign of her obedience, her new built virtue and obedience. See where she comes and brings you froward wives as prisoners to her womanly persuasion. Catherine, that cap of yours becomes you not. Off with that bauble. Yes, put it on. Now off with that bauble. Throw it underfoot.
Oh, Lord, let me never have cause to sigh.
No.
Will I be brought to such a silly pass?
Why, what foolish duty call you this?
I would your duty were as foolish too. The wisdom of your duty, fair Bianca, hath cost me 100 crowns since supper time.
The more fool you for laying on my duty.
Catherine, I charge thee, tell these headstrong women what duty they do owe their lords and husbands.
Come, you're mocking. You'll have no telling.
Come on, I say, and first begin with her.
She shall not.
I say she shall, and first begin with her.
Fie! Unknit that threatening, unkind brow, and dart not scornful glances from those eyes to wound thy lord, thy king, thy governor. It blots thy beauty as frost do bite the meads. A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of beauty. And while it is so, none so dry or thirsty will deign to sip or touch one drop of it. Thy husband is thy lord, thy life, thy keeper, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee, and for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labor both by sea and land, to watch the night in storms, the day in cold, whilst thou liest warm at home, secure and safe, and craves no other tribute at thy hands but love, fair looks, and true obedience. Too little payment for so great a debt. I am ashamed that women are so simple to offer war where they should kneel for peace, or seek for rule, supremacy, and sway when they are bound to serve, love, and obey. Why, our bodies, soft and weak and smooth, unapt to toil and trouble in this world, but that our soft conditions and our hearts should well agree with our external parts? Come, you froward and unable worms. My mind hath been as big as one of yours. My heart is great, my reason hath me more. To bandy word for word and frown for frown. Then veil your stomachs, for it is no boot, and place your hands below your husband's foot, in token of which duty, if he please, my hand is ready. May it do him ease.
Why, there's a wench. Come on and kiss me, Kate.
Well, go thy ways, old lad, for thou shalt have.
'Tis a good hearing when children are toward.
But a harsh hearing when women are froward.
Come, Kate. Will to bed. We three are married, but you two are sped. 'Twas I won the wager, though you hit the white, and being a winner, God give you good night.
Now go thy ways. Thou hast tamed a cursed shrew.
'Tis a wonder, by your leave, she will be tamed so.
Thank you so much to the entire cast and to all of you for watching us tonight. While I am speaking here, I am moving us into speaker view cast. So at this time, you can go ahead and open your videos up. If you want to open your mic up when I call you and make some sound so we can see you, that would be fantastic. We're going to do a brief curtain call. Here we go, everybody. Tonight we had Patricia as the servant. She lost her internet service, so we do not have her anymore, but snaps for her. She did a fantastic job while she was here. We had Chris as Christopher Sly and the widow. Do we have Chris? Chris, open your mic and make some sound.
Okay, sound. Thank you very much. Good night.
We had Liz as the first huntsman and Joseph the tailor.
Thanks everyone for watching. It was fun.
We had Wendy as the hostess and Nicholas.
Thank you very much. Give to the center.
We had Eric as the second huntsman and Nathaniel.
Hello. Thank you for coming.
We had Michelle as a lord, a messenger, and Peter. Michelle? I can't hear
Thank you. Good night. Thanks, everyone.
We had Jeremy as the page and as Curtis.
Isn't sexism just the best?
We had Vera as Biandello.
Thank you.
We had Kevin as the pedant.
Hey, thank you so much. Donate to the center.
And Roger as Vincentio.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you, and please give to the center.
We had Carl as Grumio.
Thank you all. Yes.
And Kelly as Hortensio.
Thank you guys. So happy to be back.
We had Aaron as Gremio.
Hello, thank you. Donate to the center. Good night.
We had Molly as Tranio. Tranio.
Whatever. It's good to be back. Thank you for watching, guys.
We had Anna as Lucentio.
Thanks, everyone, and have a great night.
We had John as Baptista.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for your listening. Give it to the center.
We had Kurt as Bianca.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. It's been great.
We had Tamara as Petruchio.
Thank you so much, guys. This was a blast. Thank you, Kelly, for the script. I'm sure Christine's going to say that, but thank you.
Will. And Joshua as Kate.
Thank you, everyone.
And coming back around, we want to give an extra thanks to Kelly for casting tonight's production and for providing the cut of this show that we performed. Kelly, second back.
Oh, I was just mouthing thank you, but thank you.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us. Look for us next week with an original show by a local playwright about the Miracle on the Hudson called Brace for Impact. It's a one-act series of monologues. We will be here at 8 o'clock on Saturday, and it will be a fantastic production. Thank you again from everyone here at Livingroom Shakespeare. Good night.
Good night.